Right. So please welcome Alejandro Agag, CEO and founder of Formula E. Big applause, guys.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Alejandro Agag, and it's great to be here. Thank you so much for the invitation to this South Summit. It's a great event. And I'm going to try to, I saw when I was coming in the taxi, this It's Time for a Revolution logo for this event. And I'm going to try to explain how in a relatively short period of time, of 5 years, a startup like Formula E is really helping to accelerate what, in my opinion, is the next big revolution, which is the electric revolution or the mobility revolution. And it's going to be the last revolution that we're going to have in mobility, because we used to go with horses, then we went with internal combustion engines, and now we're going to go with electric cars. And even if we, I don't know, dreaming, we managed to create energy with fusion, still that energy will be flowing as electricity to an electric motor that will then power a car. So the electric revolution is the last revolution in mobility. So 5 years ago, we decided to announce that we were going to create a global electric car championship. We set up a company for that, and as many startups, some startups do get this, some startups don't get it, we got a really, really big consensus. Everyone in our world, in the motorsport world, agreed when we made the announcement. Formula E will fail. Everyone thought we didn't have a chance at all to succeed. Electric cars didn't make noise, electric cars were slow, electric cars were not right, and 5, 6 years ago, nobody really saw electric cars as a valid option for mobility like today. So before I continue, I'm just going to play a video and you can see what Formula E is today.
We go green.
We are green, we are ecological, and it's a strong message that we bring all around the world.
Formula E is
electric racing.
The future is now.
Formula E has
Formula
E is
Street racing.
in the world's greatest city.
It's just great.
When you actually start to get involved and you actually see how much it helps the world, I don't know, I'm happy to be part of this change.
Very good solid start from the front row men. The two championship battlers. What a move!
We need to give the fans what they want, and now they want esports.
We are in Paris, you are in your own country, you want to win.
This video going viral showing a Hollywood stuntman performing the most vilified backflip we have ever seen.
You just have to take technology to the edge and then to translate this know-how into a commercial vehicle.
We've had great news lately, like Mercedes and Porsche announcing that they're coming into the championship. The world is going electric. That's what we want.
I'm so excited to see my first Formula E race.
The message that Formula E wants to put forward for the public is the right one, that we have to drive more electric cars.
It's lovely to see a whole new sport being created.
I just look forward to how it grows and how fast it grows.
I've actually charity raced 4 times on this track.
Electric vehicles are the future.
And what I'm loving is how many people are supporting Formula E.
I think Alejandro and his team have done an amazing job.
And it's exciting. It's a wonderful party atmosphere.
Formula E has been fully charged by Hollywood tonight.
Well, they joined the club is because we show these 2 potential sponsors. So if anybody wants to join us as a sponsor, you're very welcome. But so we made it. We made it. There was a lot of doubt in the beginning, as I was saying, because when we announced that we were going to do an electric car championship around the world, we didn't have money, but that's a normal situation for a startup. We didn't have cities. We race in cities. We wanted to race in the center of cities. We didn't have any cities where we could race in. We didn't have any teams. We didn't have any drivers. We didn't have any televisions, any broadcasters that would show Formula E. We didn't have any sponsors. And the biggest problem of all, electric racing cars didn't exist. And that was kind of a serious problem if you want to create an electric car championship. So we basically had to create everything from scratch. And this is a startup summit. And Formula E is really the history of a startup. We raised money. We went out with the usual PowerPoint and we tried to tell our story. We managed, and we actually needed, this is a very capital intensive project, so we raised up to date over 150 million euros. We managed to get sponsors. We managed to get, we were really close to going bust, which is again a very normal situation for a startup. A couple of times, one time really down to the wire, but we managed to raise capital. Again, a usual situation for a startup in the last minute. So we were very close to failure, but obviously, you know, we think the biggest failure would have been not to try, and we tried, and we survived, and we are here. And today we're in a great moment. We finished season 3. We have some of the best drivers in the world. 2 of the Le Mans champions have come into Formula E. We're actually disrupting the world of racing, the world of motorsport. Big car manufacturers are leaving other championships where they've been racing for a long time, like Porsche, who has been in Le Mans, has won the last Le Mans 3 years, and has stopped their program in Le Mans to come to Formula E. Mercedes has done the same with DTM in Germany. They stopped that championship where they've been racing for many, many years to come to Formula E. So Formula E is really acting now as a disruptor of the whole motorsport world. We were probably lucky that everybody thought we were going to fail, because we were quite weak in the beginning, and if our competitors would have imagined where we are today, probably would have faced a lot more problems. But as you know, everybody gave for granted that we're going to die on our own, we were able to slowly grow, and now we're lucky because it's too late really to do anything about us. We're here to stay. So we managed to get here, and the question that we ask is why? Why did we manage with a venture that everybody thought was going to fail to now, where if you read the racing press, they call it, you know, global game changer or the biggest success story in motorsport? Why? And I think it's for 3 reasons. Or there are 3 pillars that really are the key for the success of Formula E. And I think you can also kind of look at Formula E and maybe have some conclusions for other startups and how you position them in the market. Environment, technology, and cities. Environment and technology are obviously linked. Environment, climate change, and city pollution are probably 2 of the biggest challenges, if not the biggest challenges, that the planet faces and humanity faces. And the only way to solve those problems, to face those challenges, is through technology. Technology is the one that is going to allow, in our case, how we call it the downstream, the way we use the electricity to be clean with electric cars. Technology will also allow, and that's not our business, but it's many other people's business, the upstream, how we generate the electricity, because we need to generate that electricity on solar, on wind, and then use it on electric cars. If you only use the electric cars, but you generate the electricity with coal or with oil, you're not giving a solution to the challenge. So environment, technology, and then, very important, cities. And to understand the world in the next decades, you can only understand the world through cities. 80% of the world population is going to live in cities in 3 decades. The city is the battlefield. The city is where the battle will be won or lost. The battle against climate change, against city pollution, against many social problems will be won or lost in the cities. And mobility is a key part of the solution for the cities. Cars will be electric, and cars will be driverless. We have in Formula E, we are developing, it's really challenging, a robot race. Many, many cars, probably all the cars, will be driven by a robot, a computer, call it whatever you want, a device, an algorithm, in the next 5, 10, 15 years. It's going to be faster, much faster than what we think. But robots drive much better an electric motor than a combustion motor. So the combination of electric and artificial intelligence is going to transform completely the cities where we live. So if you take all these elements into account, suddenly you have Formula E. Formula E, we were lucky enough or smart enough, probably lucky is a lot more accurate, to just be just. We were almost too early, but we were not. We were able to survive and then now to continue. To combine all these elements that are going to shape the future of our cities, are going to be facing the challenge of the environment, are going to do the technology development. That is what has really put wind behind our project, and now we have Formula E. I've spoken a lot about a lot of serious stuff, but Formula E also is fun, and you could see that in the video. We have a lot of fun in Formula E. And we don't have fun because we like to have fun. I mean, we like to have fun, obviously, but you need to show electric cars to the people as a kind of sexy, exciting alternative. The problem with electric cars, one of the problems of electric cars, is perception. People think electric cars are boring, electric cars are slow. By showing electric cars racing, by showing them like you saw them in this video, by showing them in the city centers, we want, and we think we are actually, accelerating the transition to electric cars, to electrification. The revolution is here. If you read the news, France and the UK are going to ban the sale of internal combustion cars in 2040. Norway in 2025. Germany is also going to do it. They haven't set a date yet, but it's going to happen. And China just said they're also going to ban the sale of internal combustion cars. So when we started 5 years ago, this wasn't at all as obvious, but Formula E at the same time accelerates the revolution to electric, and it's pulled or is pushed forward by that same revolution. We were lucky, we were in the right place in the right moment. You know, all of my life I wanted to create a company since I started studying business administration here in Madrid, and I've been really lucky with a startup that we founded, or we launched 5 years ago. I could make my dream a reality. Thank you very much.